You know, I've been sitting and watching and thinking and just contemplating and putting together puzzle pieces. And I'm sitting there and I'm like, you know, the music scene downtown is all weird right now, right? I think everybody is right that's telling me, Upchurch, you're in the way. What the f*** am I in the way of? What is it about downtown? It ain't about the music. If it was about the music, I'd have been two-stepping down the red carpet already. Motherfuckers want to act like I don't do nothing. I got platinums, I got golds. So I got one that's finna be double platinum. I live right on the outskirts of town. I'm born and raised in Middle Tennessee. And I ain't never been invited to shit. So what is it that's going on down there? Because what is it that was told to me? Upchurch, if you roll with us, I can keep these people off of you. Who, motherfucker? It ain't the cops. If it ain't the cops, then I ain't worried about it. Never have been, never will. So let me say, you either gotta be a weirdo or you gots to be doing something illegal. That's the only two things it can be. Because it's not about the music. It ain't. It's just not. If it was, then things would be a lot different around here if it was about the music. It ain't. There's no way. Especially being from Nashville and having so much Nashville support for my music. And act like I'm hard to find or something. Because I find it pretty weird that Deerdorf comes to me and he's like, bro, they're going to kill you, man. Who? You're not saying who? Okay. Then there's another person who is a songwriter downtown. I'm not going to say his name yet. By the way, I know you're watching this. I ain't scared of you, homie. You know I'm not. He tells me the same thing. Bro, what the f***? You need to stop saying stuff about downtown. They're going to kill you. And I say, who? He has no answer. I find it funny that both of these motherfuckers were there the day that Deerdorf hit me at 30 miles an hour when I was at a stop on Hillsborough Pike. Deerdorf stuck around all nervous, and the other ones ran off. Kept driving, but they were both there. You know, y'all sure do get paid a ton of money to make this damn country music and all country music history. Well, that makes a lot of sense on why Adam and his friends came down here to do what? I thought y'all making the biggest album in the world. In Nashville. Oh, you didn't make any album in Nashville? Okay, well then, what made all y'all's money while y'all was down here? You ain't doing rapping. You ain't doing singing. Y'all all just hanging out in a dirty studio or something. And then not on top of that, the questions that some of these people were being asked and stuff when they were, and this is posted online, when they went there to legit make music and they were confused, so they got pulled in a room by who? Adam and Broadnax and Demon? Okay, well why? And don't think people forgot Yedem. What did you say? You said, there's two big features gonna come through. Really? Who were they? Because they never came through at all whatsoever. So who was it? Who was these two big features? I bet you I can guess who it was. Doing rapping. And not only that, to all the artists that did go there and stayed there and did apparently doing music and which no one has heard yet, by the way. What did they do to y'all? Did they blackmail y'all or something? Because there's a few of y'all that have problems after that. Some of y'all were getting sober, and some of y'all became alcoholics. So what the actually happened there? Because now looking back, there's some really significant things. Two significant events are when Jelly Roll and Struggle and Yadam came to my house unexpected. And I got madder than because you don't come to somebody's house in Cheatham County early in the morning when your ass wasn't invited. You don't know that because you ain't got no etiquette. None of you motherfuckers. Second one. The second event was this downtown Nashville biggest Yedem album ever. Because here's the deal. When they showed up to my house, it was trying to fear tactic and scare me into being protected by question mark. To save me from being attacked by question mark. Well then, when they figured out that ain't gonna work, they pulled this whole, we're just making music. Oh, anyone who wants to help really do it for these kids, make the music. No matter what the numbers is, no matter how big you are, this is just about doing unity, and doing praying hands, and doing helping music. Okay, so you didn't get none of that done? What's the deal? So first y'all wanted, oh come on Ryan, don't you love helping doing unity, huh? Well yeah, but I could do that in my house. I have been for 10 years helping people make music. And you know what they can show everyone afterwards? The music. And the whole documentary to make the music while we were making music. So, let me get this straight. So you are going to act like I don't help people make actual music. And then you're going to invite me to dirty downtown, somewhere where I don't like going in the first place, to do what I already do. Why? It doesn't even make sense. And then y'all asked me to come down there. Like, yeah, you want to come doing unity and music? And I'm like, no. Then, after I got to talking with some friends, I said, you know what, guys? Yeah, I'll come down there. But I'm sorry, I'm finna have the whole block monitored. And I'm gonna hire private security, that's police, to come down there with me. I do fuck you. You don't even come. I thought you weren't doing unity and music. Yeah, your tone changed then, didn't it? Now JJ, look at him. Now JJ got cornrows. Hope I got no veteran. He's rapping. Leroy doing overdosing. Everybody doing, whoa, oh no, everything, I'm on fire. Dude. Y'all are doing too much for like people who are innocent. Y'all definitely did something. Look at you. This reeks. And all this music y'all come out with, and the fact that y'all do not make as much money as you're spending on music. You don't. You know what I think it is? I think y'all's doing music percentages somehow is making up for some other money somewhere. It looks like it's being spent on something that y'all don't want nobody knowing about. So then you can just be like, oh yeah, no, I'm just doing music. Yeah, I'm doing music. Oh, good twerking. You think you're making a lot of money off of like you make? No. Maybe out in the street, you want doing boxing? I'm doing gang signs. None of it makes sense, and everyone can see that it doesn't. Now that I think about it, yo, Yadam. The last time you came down here to Nashville, before that, you had a problem. What happened then? What'd you get beat up by some blue-haired mother before? It's on the internet. When Haystack is out there and be like, yay. And then the blue-haired dude bopped you real good and cracked you an eyeball. What the f*** was that all about? I don't think we ever found out what that was about. Hey, Johnny Cashville, you would know. What was that about? Because I remember Adam saying, yeah, Johnny Cashville was in the back of his car. And this black SUV, he was in the back doing filming. And Johnny, you did talk about this situation a lot. What was that about? One thing that every manager I've ever had got mad about was me watching the percentages. They hate when you do that. When you got your nose in your business, they hate that. Remember when I got on here and was like, dude, all these down here want to do this 50%? Well, that doesn't make any sense. I said, you would at least want 51% so you have the say-so of what goes on. Right? Right. Well, how many of you artists have actual contracts with who's ever doing 50%? Because if you ain't got any contract with them, if I was you, I would go check your percentages on your songs. Because I just recently checked mine, and some of them don't make any sense. Like Hey Boy, Hey Girl. I make only 30% of that song for what? Well, that's very weird because Hey Boy, Hey Girl was down there doing unity, doing music in unity. I wonder how many of y'all artists are being robbed downtown. And I wonder what your percentage is being used for, because it's got to be used for something. You know, when I went through my percentages in my catalog not too long ago, I started being like, who the is that? And my financial guy's like, you don't know who that is? I'm like, no, I've never heard of that person. Then we busted out my entire catalog. And I said, dude, who in the are these people that own like 1% for ? Who just quit my manager? Where'd he go? We don't know. He did doing dipping. Yeah, what the are y'all doing down there? With that being said, here's what you need to do. Artists, all y'all listen to what I'm saying. If you sell music at all whatsoever, do exactly what I'm telling you to do. And I guarantee you, 80% of you motherfuckers are finna find some stuff in your master splits that you never seen before. I want you to hit up your distributor, your distribution company, whoever that is, and you say, give me the logins to my master splits and my revenue streams and all that stuff. I want to see it on my own phone. I just now put mine on my phone for the first time ever, like 2 months ago, because I've never had the logins. Now, granted, I'm not sure if that's a distributor's problem, but it's definitely my manager's problem, because that's the mother who's always had them. And always told me, well, what do you want me to do? I don't know what to do. I don't know the password. You don't know the password? What do you mean? When you get your login and you log into your thing that shows like your music revenue and like your master splits and all that shit, I'm new to it too. But when you look at that stuff, get you a notepad and you start writing down songs that you don't believe you're getting the right percentage on. And when you see who the master splits are going to, and you see names you ain't never seen before, write them names down. And then ask them, hey, who the f*** is this? And why the f*** am I making this small of a percent of my own song? Especially if you're an independent artist like myself. That nobody owns any of my shit. Except for the motherfuckers that played instruments on my shit. Or people that featured on the song. Period. Oh, CDM shift. CDM shift, listen. Is this why this is the only time? Remember when I found those percentages that was changed by Brandon? We know they were changed by Brandon because Brandon texted you and then met you over in the email and they were changed. And every meeting we've ever had, it always requires me making a video and sending you a video and you seeing my actual face. This is the only interaction is when my percentages were changed. This is the only time something's been changed and you didn't see or get confirmation from my face. That is a problem. And we need to know why. And you know why we need to know why? Because this just links right back on up to the 3 musketeers coming to my house and being like, dude, Church, don't you know how much money you're worth? And I said, no, and I do not care. That's all recorded. You know how I've been saying there's a huge portion of this Jelly Roll Adam and Struggle video that I haven't posted? Yeah, there's a reason it's not posted. And the reason it's not posted is 2 reasons. One, I don't want any of you motherfuckers to have it. The only people I want to have it is the cops. The second reason is, well, it's a whole hour and 20 minutes that I have not posted that y'all said a whole bunch of and I'm not posting it on here so y'all can get in a room and figure out how to yourself. No. I'm going to let you yourself. I don't do business with the mainstream. I don't hang out with these motherfuckers. I don't like these motherfuckers. I don't like how they carry themselves. I don't like how they talk. I like nothing about them. P.S. To the crackhead with the backpack that is sitting or was sitting an eighth of a mile down the street from my house, you are very out of place over here on this side of town, my friend. I know where you're at. I have someone watching where you're going. To the guy that was also at about 2:40 today on the side of the road sitting on the guardrail on Sam's Creek, towards the Dollar General end of Sam's Creek, I had someone watching you as well. But you seem to be no threat. But this guy down here, this very out of place dude with a backpack, yeah, you're still being watched, buddy. You cannot with me. You cannot get to me. If y'all try to sneak in my house, you will die. This is Tennessee.